Have you ever noticed your cat making a strange, chirpy little sound, somewhere between a meow and a bird call, usually when they're staring at you from across the room? Not a full meow, not a purr, something softer, something almost deliberate. You probably assume it's just random noise, a quirk. Maybe they're hungry or bored or just being weird the way cats are. Almost nobody stops to think about what that sound actually is, where it came from, and this is the part that will genuinely change how you see your cat, the fact that no other animal on earth makes it. Not to another animal, not in the wild, only to you. And if you keep brushing it off, you're not just missing a cute moment. You're breaking the most intimate form of communication your cat has ever developed, and doing it every single day without knowing it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why that small, strange sound is one of the most spiritually and emotionally significant things your cat will ever do. And the last thing I'll share will permanently shift the way you understand your relationship with them. Here's where it gets fascinating and a little hard to believe until you sit with it. In the wild, adult cats are almost completely silent with each other. They hiss, they growl, they yowl during fights or mating. But meowing? That's reserved for kittens calling their mothers. Adult cats do not meow at other adult cats. Period. That's a documented biological fact. So why does your cat meow at you? Animal behaviorist John Bradshaw, in his research into the human-cat relationship, found something remarkable. Domestic cats appear to have essentially reclassified humans. They don't see us as predators or threats, or even as a different species exactly. To them, we register as a kind of large, oddly behaved cat, part of their social and familial world. Which means the vocalizations they use with us are not random adaptations. They are deliberate, targeted, and deeply personal. They kept their kitten language alive specifically to talk to us, because we became their family. But here's where the chirp, that specific trill, is different from any other sound. Researchers studying cat vocal behavior have documented that this particular sound, sometimes called a trill or chirrup, is one of the few vocalizations cats use in a purely affiliative context. No aggression behind it, no demand behind it. It's the sound a mother cat makes to her kittens to say, "I see you. I'm here. Everything is okay." Your cat is not just making noise. They are speaking to you in the only language of pure affection they've ever known. And they invented a version of it specifically tuned to you, to your presence, your energy, your face. That's not instinct. That's intimacy. In certain indigenous traditions, animals who choose to use their most vulnerable voice with a human are considered to be performing something sacred. The Hawaiian concept of kahu describes this kind of bond, a guardian relationship built not on dominance, but on mutual spiritual recognition. The animal sees the soul, not just the body, and it chooses to speak from its own soul in return. Now I want you to reconsider what's actually happening every time your cat does this and you don't respond. We're trained to think of cats as aloof, self-sufficient, unbothered. And yes, they carry themselves that way in front of strangers, in unfamiliar spaces, when they feel watched or exposed. Their default mode is composed, guarded, impossible to read. That's not coldness, that's survival wiring hundreds of thousands of years deep. But when they trill at you, when they make that soft, rolling, almost musical little sound from across the room, they are momentarily dropping all of that. They are setting down the mask. They are broadcasting on a frequency they normally keep completely private. It's not a demand. It's not a complaint. It's a check-in. It's your cat saying, "I feel you in this space, and I want you to know that I feel you. Energetically, this is significant. The trill is not scattered energy. It's focused. It's directed. Many people who are sensitive to the energetic atmosphere of their homes report that their cats vocalize this way, most right before a period of stillness and calm, or immediately after entering a room that felt heavy or tense. The cat isn't reacting randomly. They're responding to what they're picking up from you, and they're choosing to send something clean and warm back into the field between you. Think about that for a second. They're absorbing what you're carrying, and instead of retreating from it, they're reaching toward it, with the most tender sound in their entire emotional vocabulary. That's not an accident. That's protection. That's love expressed through the only channel they have. And if that already has you seeing your cat differently, good. Hit like and subscribe so we can keep helping cat owners understand what their cat is actually trying to communicate, because most people go their whole lives never knowing any of this. And if you think that's powerful, wait until we get to the last part of this, because there's something most cat owners completely misunderstand about what happens right after your cat trills at you. It's the moment everything becomes undeniable. Here's the part almost no one talks about. After the trill, your cat watches you. They pause, they wait. And in that tiny window, a second, maybe two, they are doing something extraordinarily vulnerable for a creature built around self-protection. They are making themselves readable, transparent. They have opened a door and they are standing in the frame, waiting to see if you'll walk through it. In that moment, if you look back at them and respond with a word, a soft sound, a slow blink, even just a turn of your full attention, you'll often see something that stops people cold when they finally notice it. Their body softens, their eyes half close. Their tail, if it was raised, curves gently. They exhale. That is not a cat being satisfied that you acknowledged them. That is a cat releasing tension they were holding on your behalf. They were carrying something, the weight of not being met, of not being heard. And your response just lifted it off of them. They came to you. They spoke their most sacred sound. And you answered. That's the entire spiritual loop completed. The trill is an invitation into presence. Most owners, buried in their phones, moving through the room on autopilot, let that invitation pass unanswered dozens of times a day. And the cat, being who they are, doesn't sulk visibly. They simply go back to their guarded composure. But they noticed. They always notice. The fix is simple, and it costs you nothing. When your cat trills at you, stop. Just for a moment. Make eye contact. Slow blink back at them. Or just say their name softly, once. You don't need to cross the room. You don't need to pick them up. You just need to show them that the signal landed. That's it. That's the whole practice. Meet the sound with presence. What you'll start to notice, if you do this consistently, is a shift in the entire energetic texture of your home. Your cat will trill more. They'll seek you out with this sound rather than with demanding meows or anxious pacing. The communication between you becomes richer, quieter, more settled. Because you've told them, in their own language, that this space between you is safe, that they don't have to hold the line alone. Your cat didn't learn that sound from another cat. They didn't inherit it from the wild. They built it for you out of nothing, because they needed a way to reach you that no one else would ever hear. The question was never whether your cat loves you. The question was whether you were listening.